Hello, everybody, and welcome to the latest episode of Tales from the Fandom. It is the month of July, and I cannot believe we have made it this far into the year of 2021. Today, I am joined by another guest that I happened to stumble across on Instagram, and I'm so excited to get to talk to her today. I am talking to Enya. You might know them from their screen name on Instagram as Cosplenya. And I'm really happy to get to talk to you today. Anya, how are you?
Hi, wow, we're we're already halfway through the year. Like where did the time go? I'm confused.
I don't know. I still think that I feel like I'm in 2020. I feel like it's like we're still in lockdown and still everything going on with COVID, but
Yeah,
yet
same.
the time has marched on.
Yeah, same. I think I May 2020 happened and I stopped time stopped moving, I think.
I know it's so strange to me to think of just how time has moved on, but yet at the same time, like it feels so different. And I guess it's just going to take some time to get acclimated back to the movement of time.
Yeah, leaving the house and doing things normal people do. Like I just want to stay home at this point. I got used to the lockdown.
Same here. I totally agree. I was like, I'm good just staying at home and relaxing and everything else, but I guess I have to go back into the world one day.
Not now, just eventually.
That that's right, eventually. Now I stumbled across your Instagram thanks to a number of cosplays that you do, and I just would love to point out that one of them is Sabrina, and then another one that I love that you do is Reina from the Percy Jackson universe. And I know that those were the first ones. I think you were somebody had shared your pictures on their stories, and I was like, "Oh, those are really good." So that's when I first like started following you and following your work, and now here we are.
Yeah, the Sabrina is like one of my favorite characters, like fictional characters overall, but Reina has just been a huge part of my journey and Percy Jackson in general, but Reina specifically, she's like my favorite character in Percy Jackson, and she's the first character that I came across that like I could relate to and that somehow looked like me. Like I was in like a reading phase, so I got to know Percy Jackson because of, I don't know, Facebook groups. And then when I read about Reina, I just wanted to cosplay her. Like that was my like my start at cosplay was just I want to take a picture looking at like Reina. So like I just did it and it hit. Like I got a huge, huge in my own words. Like I feel like it's a big community of friends just because of that Reina cosplay that one time, and like I'm really happy about it.
Yeah, the Percy Jackson community is one of the, at least on Instagram, is one of the most welcoming communities that I've stumbled across. There's a number of people I've talked to that are like in that community, and I love them. I love their work. I love their passion for the stories that are being told in that universe, and it's just good people.
Yeah, yeah, I made a bunch of friends from back in the day. This was back in 2015, and I am still mutuals with lots of them. Like they're still out there. How are you still out there?
Exactly. And now we will be talking about Percy Jackson, but we're going to kick things off with a fandom that I haven't really talked about with a lot of people, and I can safely say I think I've only seen what was on Netflix, which was either one season or maybe two seasons of it. I'm not too sure. But we're going to start off with an anime and a manga called Attack on Titan.
No, that's godly. Like I love that Netflix like put just two seasons out there, and they were like, okay, do your work, do your research.
Now, how did you first get into Attack on Titan?
I'm pretty sure that it was because of a crush I had. Like the fandoms, most of the fandoms I've gotten into, it was because there was a crush that liked it. So it was a cosplayer, a fellow cosplayer, and like started cosplaying like Mikasa Ackerman and like Historia Race, and I was like, that looks fun. And then I started seeing it everywhere, like the jackets, the uniforms, the characters, Mikasa in general. So I was like, that's. I mean, I could get into anime. Like that was genuinely my first anime, and I was like, well, maybe we can try this out if it's that good. If this many people like Attack on Titan, maybe I can like it too. So I just started watching and it never stopped. And I think that by the time that I watched it, it was only season one that was out. So I started reading the manga right away. And I think it was like a month and I had already caught up with the manga. And I started cosplaying. That's what I do. We get into fandoms, we start cosplaying absolutely everything we resemble.
With Attack on Titan, what I know that you started it because a crush, but what kept you in it? What kept you like reading it or watching it?
Um, I okay, you must know about kinning, right?
Mhm.
So back in the day, I didn't know what kinning was. I think it's a term that I actually got to know like this year. Like I'm a grandma. I'm telling you, I'm a grandma because I am really slow when it comes to stuff like this. But I realized that one of the characters, which was Ymir, she doesn't have a last name, but she's Ymir on season two. Oh well, in the manga, I don't know what chapter she comes in, but she was exactly like me, not like physically, um, but like in spirit. She just bullies everyone. She just makes fun of everyone, but she's sweet. Deep down, she's sweet. She just doesn't want to show it unless it's like Historia Race, which is like her partner. Uh, And like when I got to know Ymir, she had very little screen time, but I was so in love with her, and I kept reading because I wanted to see more of her. I don't know. Attack on Titan is very cruel in that sense because they want you to love these characters, then like not have them anymore in there. So I just kept reading because of her, and now I don't know. I don't know why I kept after that. I was heartbroken, but I wanted to see how it ended.
Do you prefer the manga over the anime, or do you like both of them just in their different ways?
I really enjoy the manga because of the way it's drawn and the way you can read it and like it just makes sense. But the anime this past season, like season four alone, was animated by Mappa, which animated I think Free and Yuri on Ice, and I don't know what else. I really enjoyed their animation more than I enjoyed the manga. So I think it depends on who animated which season. Because first it was like Wheat, I think it's called, and then they changed animation studio, and now Mappa is like it's godly. Oh, also Jujutsu Kaisen, I think they animated, so their style is very, very awesome.
Oh, okay. What's the difference for you in the animation style? Because like I said, I think I've only watched maybe the first season or two seasons of it, whatever was on Netflix at the time. So I haven't seen like the latest seasons. But what's like the difference in the animation styles?
I feel like, I mean, I'm not an animator myself. I can barely draw, so, but like, I really enjoy the way that it looks ancient. The last season alone, like season four, it's supposed to be in, I think it's set in like the 1900s, I suppose. Like Attack on Titan is set in that time to me. Like to me, I don't know. I don't really know, but like they made sure to animate them in a way that it looks like it was recorded with a camera from back in the day. So it looks like the lighting is different and the shadows are different. The design of Levi Ackerman, which is like God to me, is so much better than it was in the first 2 seasons and the first 3 seasons. So Mappa to me did an excellent job at Levi Ackerman and everyone but Levi Ackerman.
I love that. I know that you identify with Ymir or Emir, but you got Levi, like, and I know from from talking to people and seeing stuff on the internet that it's like almost everybody loves Levi.
Yeah, yeah. I think that people mostly start watching Attack on Titan because of Mikasa and Levi, and then transfer their love to other characters. I started because of Mikasa, and I stayed because of Ymir, and I just kept watching because of Levi. He's that good.
I love it. I there are shows and there are animes, and you just know it's like I'm here for that character, and that's it. Like
True, true.
unapologetically, like they will just say this. Like the show could be terrible, but I'm gonna watch for them, and I'm gonna read it for them, or I'm gonna be involved because of that one character. And I love that Attack on Titan has that. I also know that a lot of people did start, like you said, did start branching out from like the one or two characters that kind of hooked you, and then you find like other characters that you identify with, which is wonderful because that means you get to like have more people involved in it.
Yeah, true. And one thing Attack on Titan has, at least for me, is that the main character, I hate him. Actually, I have his name on my bio because of, I mean, my account is an Eren Jaeger hate account. I hate that guy. But like, if I'm watching his anime, I'm not watching it because of him. At this point, I'm watching it because I love absolutely everyone else but him.
I have to ask, why do you hate Aaron Yeager?
Okay, do you remember on season 1 that there was, I think he was learning to control his Titan, and they were in an expedition, I don't know where, like, and he was like out there trying to fight someone, I think the female Titan, and he saw Mikasa on the top of a building and hit her, like straight up as a Titan, punch her and like bruise her, and she has actually her scar is because of that. So like I didn't even know, like it got worse, progressively worse. He's like it's like a villain arc, like really slow one. And when everyone thought he was a hero, he was the hope, the only hope for humanity, I already hated him because Mikasa to me, she's my daughter. She's everything to me, and he hurt her after she had saved him countless times, and then my hate for him just got worse over time because of like the villain arc. He's the only villain I absolutely despise, not because he's a villain, but because he just did that to Mikasa for no reason, and nobody ever explained why. But like he did that, and I was like, no, that's unacceptable.
You know, more power, more power to you for that hate. Like I understand because it's like uh, you know. There's definitely something recently where I was watching. I was like, "Oh no, you didn't talk to that person that way," and you just you focus on that one thing, and then it just sets the tone for that character or that person. You're like, no, you did this person wrong, and that is it. Like it's unforgivable.
Yeah, exactly. I was never able to forgive Eren after that. I don't know if he was sorry even, but like he never redeemed himself because of that. He never actually treated Mikasa like he was supposed to. So I just kept on hating on him till the end of time.
Is Attack on Titan over now, or is there still more like being published for it?
Um, Last month it was the last episode of the manga, but the fandom was just enraged because of the finale. So like the creator shared like a couple pages of like trying to fix what had done on the final episode, on the final chapter, and I don't know. I just watched. I just saw leaks, so I don't even know what happened. I just see a couple like random images being shared around because I'm in a bunch of Facebook groups with Attack on Titan fans, and they just leak everything. So I just saw that, and I don't know where this is going. To be honest, like the ending to me, chapter 139 of the manga was perfect. Like it was the perfect way to end what was a long, long in my standards, because I know there are longer mangas. Uh, a long anime filled with suffering to have like a good ending or a happy ending for the most part. It was good to me, but people were really mean about the ending, and then they kind of forced the creator to change it, and I don't like it now. Like I don't know. I was sad that it was over, but now I'm just glad that nobody can ruin it anymore.
Okay. I guess the last question I have is because you've read the manga and you've watched the anime, do they make significant changes from the manga to the anime, or is the show faithful to the manga, or as much as it can be?
Yeah, I mean, the first season had just about a lot of things to animate, so they just went straight to do um, what was there to do, which is like I don't know, 30 or 40 chapters to fill for 24 episodes. So I think it was pretty good in that sense. I don't feel like they left out anything or anyone. I think that all of the characters are there. What I know they left out, and I remember it because it was important to me, is one scene in what would be season two, is where I don't know, something happens to Ymir. I don't want to spoil that, but something happens to Ymir, and when Historia, who was like, as we know, it was her girlfriend, she finds out and she has a full-on breakdown, and that's when she discovers, like she unleashes her true self, and changes her name because she was going with an alias who she was called Crystal Lens until that moment, and she had a breakdown because like it was her partner and she's gone now, and they left that part out of the anime. I don't know why, and that's the only thing I remember that they left out, and it was important to me. Like, why would you leave that out? It was part of Historia's character development. But since it's not that important, I guess the message came across the same. So that's what they do. They leave out things that they don't need to be there necessarily. They just add a little bit of depth to the characters. Um, but it wasn't really necessary. It just hurt my soul because Ymir is my life. So like, why would you leave that out? She was suffering.
I can understand that. I totally understand that that change, changes from books or from manga into different mediums, and it's like, oh, why did they leave that out? Like that was important to me, but they have to make the changes that they make for whatever the reason is, and you just suffer through it, and you're like, okay.
Yeah. It's funny because one of the other fandoms we're gonna talk to suffers from exactly that. Like Percy Jackson, we don't talk about those movies.
What movies? We're not even talking. We're not talking that that doesn't exist. That
Mm-mm.
I disbelieve. So Attack on Titan is like one of your big fandoms, and then there's another one that you're into, which is taking the I guess the video game world by storm, because I follow so many people who are playing this game, and they're streaming it on Twitch, and they are cosplaying the characters, and they are posting like what you get when you earn stuff, and it's like I had no clue about it when it first came out, and now it just seems like it's everywhere, and that is Genshin Impact.
Yeah, it's the most addicting game ever.
Now, how did you get into Genshin? Did somebody recommend it to you? Did you see it on Instagram and somebody and you were like, "Oh, I gotta try that." Like where did you how did you decide to get into it?
Well, back in September, it it wasn't anywhere until it was everywhere, and everyone started downloading it. It was back in the Among Us days, so people
Mhm.
didn't know what to do with their time. So like they stopped playing Among Us. I don't know why, and suddenly everyone was playing Genshin Impact. And my phone doesn't run it, my computer didn't run it, and so I was like missing out on it. Until in December, I spent Christmas with a friend who had a PlayStation and they had Genshin Impact in it. They didn't play, they just like had it there. And I played
Mhm.
for a bit and I absolutely loved the character of Amber, who is like the first after the main character, the first free character that you get. And everyone in the fandom hates Amber. I love her. I don't know. I don't know. There's just something about her that I absolutely love. And then I started bothering my boyfriend into getting a like fixing the PC, the gaming PC that we had, so that we could, so that I could play Genshin Impact because I really wanted to play Amber again. And so after a lot of hard work in February, like it's been 2 months and a half, maybe 3 months now that I've started playing, and I'm really advanced in the game now. I have so many characters. I don't play with Amber anymore, but I just fell in love with so many of the characters now that that's how I got into Genshin Impact. My friends kept playing it, my friends kept mentioning it, and I was like, well, I mean, I have to because of Amber and because of you. So
That is hilarious. Like I mean I've been there where you get the fear of missing out,
yeah,
and you're like, oh gosh, I need it. Like everyone else is talking about it. I need it. I need it. Like I
same,
need
same,
it.
same, exactly.
Now, what is it about Genshin Impact that drew you in, like, and it got the hooks into you?
I really like the music, and I really like the way that it's kind of a mix of Minecraft and Legend of Zelda. Like it's the perfect mix. Actually, I think it's Genshin Impact is directly inspired by Breath of the Wild. So it's very similar. The game, the play style, the achievements, some of the things you get. Even the main character looks a lot like Link, uh, the male main character, because there's two main characters who are twins. And so even if you don't like fighting, like the strategy part of the game, you can just go exploring, and that's the versatility of the game. Is that you can do whatever you want. You can make the content harder if you want. You can make the content easy if you want. You can do whatever you want. It's a big
Oh wow,
world.
that's really cool.
Yeah, and it's really fun. Like I even if I don't have things to do, like I don't have missions to do anymore. I don't have like you have the daily commissions, you have achievements to do, you can farm, you can kill bosses, you can do whatever. And once you run out of things to do, you can just log in and like play with your friends, and it's never gonna be boring. Like it genuinely just never bores you. So I really like that.
Who do you love to play in the game? Like who's your favorite?
My favorite, like I have a lot of, not a lot of, I have like three 5-star characters who are like the best characters to play in the game mathematically, like the top tier ones. But I don't play, I just play one, who is Venti, but he's not even my main character. He just, I don't enjoy playing him all that much. I like his personality, but I don't like playing with him. I don't have like a favorite character to play with, like mathematically. Like I know this one would make the counter easier for me. I like playing with Beidou, who is the most difficult character to play. And that's why everyone puts her in like the lowest tier, like C tier, B tier, uh, because she's just so hard to manage. She's a bruiser and she has a counter play style, which is, I don't know if you know, you gotta wait for the enemy to attack you in order to make the most damage back to them.
Okay.
So it's like, I don't know, you gotta time it perfectly, and no other character works like that. And I love her. She's a pirate. She has her own crew, her own boat. She's Electro. I didn't mention this. It's a lot like Avatar. Everyone bends an element, and hers is Electro. And I just love playing with her. Like she just makes the content easier for me. I gave her everything I own, every single little coin that the game gave me. I gave it to her just so that she could be the best she could be. And I love her. I love her. She's a 4-star character. Nobody likes her. She's not good for absolutely anyone. I barely know people who play with her as their main. And I don't know. Me and the other two people who main Beidou can say that she is amazing in the game. So that's my favorite character.
Okay. I like the description, especially that you're giving all the coin to her. Like you gotta just give it everything.
Yeah, she deserves it, to be honest. And now she's just sitting on a bench because I got another character, which is Janfei. But I just use her because she's like fun to play. She's nothing like Beto. Like I sometimes wait for the character to for the enemies to attack me when I'm playing Janfei, and that's not how things work. I'm just used to playing Beto. But like I really love playing Yanfei. I don't know. She's now I'm giving every single coin I get to her because I don't have anything else to do to Beto. Like she's just perfect. So I'm just she's just sitting on a bench now. I miss her.
Gone but not forgotten.
We will always remember you.
What's your favorite thing to do in the game?
Uh, I really like doing the ruling guards who are like big robots. Because at first in the game I was terrified of them. Like if they were just so big and they were like uh resistant to anything, and I was doing like 2 damage, like 2 or 3 damage, 10 damage, and they were just not dying, and I was really scared. But now I do like 5k, 6k, 7k, and they just die. So I really like doing them now. They're just a fear that I overcome. I don't know English. And so I really like doing them now. They're my favorite.
I know you called yourself a grandma, like that you're not hip, but you're playing Genshin Impact. And I know I always joke, I'm old and it's gaming, like newfangled gaming's not for me. I need like really slow gaming. Would you recommend it for noobs or newbie players? How easy is it to get into the game?
It's really easy. Really, really easy to just get used to the mechanics, to just get used to them. I would recommend it for people who don't have that fear of missing out, because this is a gacha game, which means that you get
Hmm.
characters only if you like uh, have resource management, and you can know which characters to give your stuff to and which banners to get new characters from. Because you can have every single 5-star character. I just have three. I have Venti, who is the love of my life. I have Diluc, who I don't use, and I have Zhongli. Uh, and Venti and Zhongli are just two of the best supports in the game, support characters, because this is a teamwork um, based game, like a strategy based game. If you are like playing to fight bosses in general, so I just got them because of that. And then this is a gacha game, so you're not gonna have every single 5-star character, and you gotta know which ones you really want or you really need, unless you're a whale and you just can invest money, like real money in the game, which isn't my case. So I just have the characters that I could save up for in like the coins the game gives you. Um, I wish, I really wish I could spend and have every single 5-star character, but yeah, you just gotta hold on to your primogems and wait for the character that you really like to just have them and play with them.
Absolutely. I have played those kind of games before, and I know I quit some of them when I was like, okay, you're not going to give me what I want ever, apparently. So I'm just gonna quit because I can't just be bothered to keep playing and never get the characters I want.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And I know so many people who left because they didn't get Venti, and that's the thing. Even if it's a gacha game, you don't get the characters guaranteed. You might really save up for a character and not get them, and that's the difficult part of playing gacha games in general, but Genshin Impact specifically, because it has a system that it just doesn't give you what you want, even if you really want it, because the game obviously they want you to spend actual money. It's not free
Hmm.
to play friendly at all. So just if you're gonna play it, you gotta be happy with what you got, even if it's just like the free characters that they give you. Just play with them. I don't know.
Okay. Well, from Genshin Impact, we're going to talk about Percy Jackson, which is one of my favorite book series of all time. There's like a bajillion books in it right now. I believe there's at least like 15 in the series, if not more, with novellas and whatnot. How did you first get into the Percy Jackson series?
I think it was back when I was in my reading phase, and just I had like a list of books that I wanted to get into, who were very similar to one another. Like I started with the Hunger Games and Twilight. No, I started with Twilight, then I moved to the Hunger Games, then the Hunger Games multiverse, which is like Divergent, Maze Runner, etc. And between the options that I had Harry Potter, which I really got into, and then Percy Jackson, which I really really got into. So it started like that. Like it was really organic the way that I found it. I was like, everyone's reading this. Let's just get into it. I don't know. Let's read it. And then it never stopped. It chases me to this day.
What was the thing that got you into it? Like, was it the story? Was it characters? Was it just the world that Percy and company like live in? What hooked you?
I was really used to reading books that were like narrated in like third person, I think it's called. And then Percy Jackson just talks to you, like really talks to you. He just starts the book, like the first book. It starts like, look, like he's just talking to you. Look, I didn't want to be a half blood, and then I don't know. He's like he's talking to you. He's getting into your brain, and no other book does that. And well, I think more books do that. I just Percy was the first one to do that in my world, and that's what
Hmm.
got me into it. Like, I really liked Percy. I really liked the way that we were somehow friends, even if he's a fictional character, and uh, really, that's what got me into it. He was just telling a story, and it's not like a book. It's not a narration. It's just his experience. Like, he's just talking to you like you're his friend, and he's telling you a story uh, on a sleepover. I don't know, and that's what got me into it. Like, not only the world and the gods and the demigods and everyone and the monsters, it's just the way Percy talks to you. It's really easy to read. It's really easy to get invested in it. And I didn't read the 20,000 books that Rick Riordan wrote about Percy Jackson, but I did read the first 10, and I would recommend it to, especially to teenagers who like have no idea how to get into reading. It's a way of no return. Percy Jackson is just it. It's you're stuck forever. You're trapped.
I absolutely wholeheartedly agree. I remember when I first got into it, is only the first 5 books had come out because it was a box set at that time, and I think I read each one within like a day. Is just it it grabbed me, and I was like, oh gosh, like here I am. I don't even know. I think I was probably like 30 at that time, and is like, oh goodness, I cannot believe that these books have sucked me in, but they were just so good. And what I love, and I know you made mention that you only read like the first 10 with like the Romans and that Heroes of Olympus series. What I loved when he started publishing those is as you're reading them, you're getting like little tidbits that you're picking up from like the first book series, and it's like, oh gosh, like now I need to go back and reread it to see if he left clues about what I'm reading now. Like that's one of the things I loved, was just all the little like Easter eggs you would find as you're reading.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And also, it was just a an excellent way to get to know Greek and Roman mythology, because I had no idea. Like, I really didn't know anything. And then it when it was a subject to talk to in like school, I was like, I read this in Percy Jackson. I know everything. Sit down, teacher. I'm gonna give the class now.
I love that. That's so great. Now, we're talking the first 10 books of Percy Jackson, and I know we talked about Raina at the beginning. Is Raina your favorite character in the series?
Absolutely. No hesitation. She's just too good, and she was too overlooked too. Like, I really wanted her to have a bigger role, but it is what it is, I guess. She got what she did, what she had to do, and then left forever. Like, she wasn't ever mentioned again, I think, and that's good. I think she wasn't ruined, at least I don't even know much about the rest of the books, but I think she wasn't mentioned again, and I'm happy about it. So she's not ruined. Nothing bad happened to her, so she's good. So, like, yeah, she remains in my memory forever as a perfect character.
Well, I'm not going to spoil you,
Oh
but
no.
I will say that in the Trials of Apollo series, that Raina is in one of the books, and that's all I'll say.
Oh
Um,
no.
obviously, like the problem is that I think she's in like the third or fourth book of the 5 book series, so you'd have to read all of the books before that to understand what's going on. But she is there, and that's all I'll say because I don't want to spoil it.
Mm.
But with Reina, why do you love her so much as far as the character goes?
Um, I'm Latina, so she was the first Latina character that I read about. So it was like really weird to read a foreign name in a book filled with uh, characters with, like, I don't know how to say it, like American names, like North American names, European last names, and then reading Reina Ramirez Arellano. Like, wow, I like, my last name is nowhere near that, but my name Enya and her name Reina, they're really similar. So I just like got invested in it, and her physical description is a lot like me. Her skin color, her height, her hair, the way she talks, the way she like relates to other people, the way her family works. It was like reading a story about me. Um, Even if she's like the only thing we really have in common is her family and like her name and that she's Latina. But I really got invested in her character, and I really wanted to see more of her, and that's what kept me reading Heroes of Olympus. Like I wasn't
Hmm.
really invested in Percy as a character anymore. I just wanted to see right now.
I got that. I understand that. Did you feel, as far as, because the two book series are, for the most part, they're really separate. Like, one is just Percy and he's younger, and it's got like him and Annabeth and Grover for the most part in that first set series, and then with Heroes of Olympus, it's the Romans and the Greeks. Do you prefer one series over the other, or is it just that you just love all of them?
Yeah, I think the first five books are more so for kids, and they just like the story just goes in an innocent way. Like even the final boss is like defeated in 10 minutes. So I feel like it's more like a story for kids, whereas the Romans are more violent, and the gods are more uh, like serious. Like it's not a, a a problem for kids anymore. They're just talking really talking right now. So they're really it is a serious problem that we're facing now. Even if the second boss also gets defeated in like 10 minutes, that was okay. Like why were we building like this entire arc just to be done with it in a chapter, not like 5 pages? But really, um, the second series is more so for late teens and adults. Like to me, it's just really serious in that sense. Like there are some of the subjects that they talk about that really shouldn't be discussed unless you have the maturity to understand where they're going. Because they begin talking about mental illness at some point, and um, it's really mature in that sense. Even if it's still a story about Greek mythology and like teenagers, I don't know, they're talking really seriously, and that's why I like the second one more than I like the first one. I didn't even give a chance to the other books, but I'm just gonna say that the second series is the best. The second five books.
And I'm going to segue into cosplay only because scrolling through your Instagram, you tackle a number of characters from the Percy Jackson universe. As far as cosplay goes, like I saw Reina, I saw Hazel, I saw Leo. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Yep, there's Leo right there. Like, out of curiosity, what draws you to cosplay so many different characters from the Percy Jackson universe?
Um, when I first started cosplay, like it was really innocent. Like nobody says, "Yeah, this is cosplay. Like we do this, and you gotta do it like this." I simply started with like clothes that I already own. I do that still. Like none of my cosplays are made. Like I don't make my cosplays. They're just my clothes. And so Percy Jackson gave me the freedom to actually use my clothes and not actually invest in cosplay like everyone else does in the anime community and such. Percy Jackson gives you the freedom to use a orange shirt and a purple shirt, and you're cosplaying a character. And so I really like the simplicity of cosplaying Percy Jackson characters. Also because I love most of them. So it's much like Attack on Titan that I love most of the characters. So I'm really drawn to cosplay them often. And I just do it for nostalgia purposes at this time because the most of the community that still have to this day came from the Percy Jackson community. Even if that's not my main fandom anymore, like I don't talk about it as much as I used to, but people are still there for it. And my Percy Jackson cosplay still today in 2021, they they have a good reception between my within my community, and that's just nostalgia at this point. I really love these characters. I really love that the people who share, like the people who support me, love those characters. So I just keep doing them for nostalgia purposes.
Now, what was it that got you interested in cosplay? Like, how did you first decide that you wanted to start, dressing up as characters from different shows or books or anime?
I was, I had just finished reading Percy Jackson, and I came across a cosplayer who I have not heard of in ages. His name was Spooky Hope, and he cosplayed a bunch of characters. Like he was the first person that I saw cosplaying outside from anime. Like it was a Nico D'Angelo cosplay, and I was like, bruh, you can do that? That's something that people do, really? And seeing him just made me want to cosplay Reina and Hazel, and so I just did. I put on a purple shirt, and I was like, "This is Hazel, take it." And people really liked it. For some reason, like if nowadays I found that picture, I'm just like, it's a selfie of a random Latina girl. Like, why would that be cosplay? But people were really nice back then. Like, I didn't get hate for it, and nobody said, "Hey, that's just a shirt. Like, this isn't cosplay." People were really welcoming back in the day, the Percy Jackson community, and that drew me to really get into more characters and do more characters and like talk to the Percy Jackson community in general. And I did a bunch of characters. I did even gods who are really abstract concepts in Percy Jackson. Even I cosplayed gods. I cosplayed Percy, Annabeth, Hazel, Leo, Piper. I don't know who else I did. I did really minor characters too. I remember, but I don't remember the names. Luan, like I stumbled across a my Luan cosplay. I don't even know where she is, but I did her. I did Reina. I did everyone, just about everyone. And that's just because of the Percy Jackson community that allowed me to explore cosplay in that sense. And then I moved on to other fandoms, or not fandoms, but like I started cosplaying from childhood shows, like I don't know, Steven Universe. I think was one of my main fandoms. Then Gravity Falls, and I don't know, I think Rugrats at some point. I started doing all characters that maybe nobody remembered, but I'm gonna make sure that you remember them, like Danny Phantom, like things that I know that will touch people's hearts, and that's what I do now. Even if now I do mostly anime, uh, I still go back to Percy Jackson uh, and childhood shows in general, because I don't know,
Hmm.
it's I know that they are recognizable characters that people will like, and I don't like doing a character that nobody knows and they're like, who is that then? Like why would you why? Like who is that? I don't like that part of cosplay, so I just do characters that people will know.
Yeah, I can understand that. With your bio on your Instagram, I love that you have listed that you are the queen of closet cosplay. Like you mentioned that you primarily just find things out of your closet that work for the character, which I think is really neat.
Yeah, I really, really like it. Like, I don't have that many clothing items right now because I moved out a couple times, but I still manage to make things work. Like, at this point, I'm just like putting makeup on that character would put on, and then wearing what they would wear, and it's like fine art. To me, cosplay and specifically closet cosplay is just doing fan art. I don't have to be screen accurate to be cosplaying. So closet cosplay grants me the opportunity to do many characters that I like and not just choose which one I have um, the budget for. Because cosplay is an expensive hobby. Like for the most part, wigs are expensive, clothes costumes are expensive, and so I don't like having to choose. I really like just investing in screen accurate cosplays for the characters that I really, really, really would enjoy doing for a convention. But for the rest of my cosplay career, um, quote unquote career, I really just do whatever and I explore my creativity in that sense. I don't like being screen accurate, and closet cosplay is just really freeing to me, and I really really want people to do that more often. I don't want cosplay to be just low budget or all casual or ugly. I'm gonna do an actual cosplay later. Like, I really want it to be more. We gotta take credit for what we do because it's not easy to be a cosplayer. You gotta really be creative.
Exactly. Like, and that's one of the things I always am impressed with from people that do like closet cosplays, or they do like the Disney bounds and things like that, is it always amazes me just how you are able to find like the correct color shirt or the correct color pants, and it matches like the character that you want to do, or the aesthetic that they would wear. And it's like, coming from me who wears like just like the same kind of khaki shorts over and over again, and some random t-shirts, it's like it always amazes me whenever I see closet cosplay and just how well it's done. And scrolling through your feed, it's wonderful to see, because it's you are representing the character how you feel that they would dress, and how they would like wear, like what clothes that they would wear, and that's really cool to see.
Yeah, I really enjoy that. Like, I really like being proud of my work. Like, I know that people maybe will look at my page and be like, oh, this isn't a serious cosplayer, but listen, I'm from Latin America. Like, I don't know if y'all know, 'cause things are going down here. Like, I don't know. I I don't have money to spend on a week every single month. Like, the perfect week for this one character, and I will use it for only this character. Like, that's just not that's out of the question entirely. And
Hmm.
before I lived in Venezuela, which was way worse, and I didn't have money to invest in wigs back then. I don't have money to invest in wigs now, and so I gotta work with what I have, and I'm really proud. Of myself for being able to pull so many different characters with the things that I already have. And it makes me really happy to sometimes invest in a new wig because I know that my uh, cosplay catalog just gets bigger and bigger. And I'm really thankful to be able to do that right now. But I know it's not my reality isn't the reality of so many cosplayers out there. I know that there's people with way less money and people with um, who still cosplay with only their hair and only the things that they got, and they make props with what they have at home because they don't have money to invest in people who will do that for them or make the cosplays for them. And I think there's pride in being able to still cosplay and be the character that you like. I feel proud of being a closet cosplayer. That's why it's in my bio. I'm really proud of myself for being able to do that.
I absolutely love that. I love everything that you just said. um and I think more people need to. I know that there's a, obviously there's a lot of focus on like North American cosplayers, and like I think more people need to realize that there are people like yourself and others where you are doing what you want to do and you're representing the character, and there's really, honest to goodness, unless you're competing in some kind of cosplay competition where you need to be screen accurate, like go forth, do whatever you want to do, make the character your own, and really just like you are enjoying what you're putting out there and representing with.
Yeah, totally. Just be part of your work. I was just talking in my last post. I talk about being not competitive with other cosplayers, but rather competitive with your past self. Because back in the day, I didn't have money to invest in cosplays. Now I invest a little bit in cosplays, and I've learned a lot of things about wig styling and makeup, mostly makeup and editing and all of that. And back in the day, I didn't know much, and that's the only competition that I really want. That's the only person I want to be better than. I want to be better than my past self. And if you start cosplay, just know, like the people out there who start cosplaying, just know that you don't have to be screen accurate. You can be creative and do your own design. Just the way that you imagine the character, that's you. That's you cosplaying. It's like you're drawing. Think of it like a drawing. You're drawing the characters the way that you imagine them to be. It doesn't have to be strictly like they're from the movie or the book. It doesn't have to be accurate. It has to be the way that you see it, and that's creativity.
100%. Love it. Love it so much. I love your attitude and I love what you do. Now, before we wrap up, I do have to ask, because I love asking, is do you have a favorite? Like, is there a character where you're like, this is my favorite character to cosplay as? I love doing this character the most.
And that has to be Marceline from Adventure Time. Like I've done her so many times. I never get bored. I never get bored of cosplaying Marceline, and I really like editing it. It's the most challenging cosplay to edit because I don't paint my skin gray for her. I edit
Oh my!
it. That's entirely edited.
I I I for real, as because I have the picture pulled up right now, and I totally thought you had done your like the skin paint, or what the the to
Yeah, the body paint. No,
yeah, the
no,
body
no.
paint. There you go.
Body paint to me has always been out of the question unless we're talking about a uh, like a convention, because just there's no other way to appear gray unless you paint yourself. But when it comes
Right.
to pictures, like I can just edit it. Like I don't have to spend hours into doing that. I can just put a filter on that will turn my screen gray, my skin gray, and I that's it. 2 seconds.
See, and I was thinking that you had done your body paint because of your eye makeup is so it looks like it's just it's on top of the gray, and I was like, oh, that's got to be body paint.
No, no, no. That's always been out of the question. I don't even know how much body paint costs. I don't know who sells body paint. I don't know that. I should know that for like cosplaying her for a convention. But I don't know. That's not a problem right now. I can just edit it.
That's right, and it's I imagine it's a lot cheaper and easier just to edit it.
Exactly. And that's why I do it so many times. Like Marceline, I really enjoy cosplaying her because it's low effort, at least in um, while cosplaying, and it's a lot of effort in post production. Uh, whereas people who do that the other way around with the body paint and everything, it's just the other way around. You gotta make a lot of effort into painting yourself and looking like really smooth. Like your skin gotta be smooth, not like a paint like that. And I really like it. Like I don't have to spend a lot of time doing Marceline, and I enjoy it way more than most characters.
I can see that, especially I can't imagine like after you body paint, right, and then you have to get it all off of you, or
Oh
then you're
yeah.
like or like how long is my skin going to be like this weird gray color before it like finally gets off?
Yeah, exactly. When I did Marceline for a convention, I was gray, I think, for the following 2 days of the convention. Like it never got off.
I got another question before we wrap up. Is do you have a character that you have yet to cosplay that's on your list? What is one of those characters where you're like, I want to do this character and just get like do the cosplay for that character? Like who's on your list of cosplay characters?
Um, when we were talking about Genshin Impact, I talked about Venti, who is the god of wind, like to call it in a way that people who don't play Genshin understand. He's easily the best character in the game. Play like playstyle wise, he's a crowd control type character, and I really like his design. He's a drunkster. He's a joke. He jokes. He plays the lyre. He sings. He I don't know. He's just really fun, like to listen to his voice lines and to play with. And I'm actually like spending money on a cosplay for the first time in a long time, and it's him. It's gotta be the screen accurate cosplay, and I won't shut up about it once it's done. I will never. I will be a Venti specific account from now on. I love him.
Nice. I love that. I'm excited. So whenever it does come around, I'll be excited to see what you do for the character and what pictures you post up for it.
I'm excited, to be honest. I'm really excited. I'm really hyped for it.
That's awesome. Now, for people that have listened to us talk, because I can't believe that the hour has flown by, but yet here we are. For people that have listened and want to check you out on the internet, what is the best place for them to do so?
Only is Instagram. That's the only thing I put an effort into doing. My Instagram is Cosplenya. That's exactly the way it sounds. It's the way it's written. So
Awesome. And I'll make sure that the link to your Instagram is on the show notes and my website and Facebook page. So that way, if you're listening and you want to check out her work, just click on the link and make sure you follow and comment and like and share and and just be a positive person on her Instagram, or else I'll be upset. So don't be rude.
yeah, we will bully
Um,
you off of the internet if you're mean to me. I'm the mayor.
That's right. You do not want to mess with somebody that kins Emir.
Mm-mm-mm. You don't have to be mean to me. Mm-mm. Not allowed.
That's right. Now I want to say thank you so much for taking the time out of your schedule to talk with me. I again there I cannot believe that an hour has passed that we have talked, and I have enjoyed the entire time. And so thank you for taking the time to talk with me today.
Oh, thank you for inviting me. I never was a guest to anything, so it's it was really fun talking to you.
Thank you for listening to Tales from the Fandom. Subscribe to us on iTunes or your podcast app of choice. Follow us on Facebook at www.facebook.com/Tales from the Fandom to see photos, links, leave feedback, and check out upcoming guests. If you'd like to be a guest, email David at talesfromthefandom@gmail.com.